Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, also known as My Injury Guy, shooting you a new video. And the topic of today's video is the 45-day rule, how it can kill your workers' comp case before you even know it. Okay? So I talk to a lot of people who are injured. Some of them end up as my clients, some of them I just answer questions with. And a lot of people will hire me right after an accident, and that's my preference because there are deadlines in all kinds of injury cases. And in workers' comp, the 45-day rule in the state of Illinois is a deadline. It's the first real deadline that is important for an injured worker after an Illinois work injury, right? And if you miss the deadline, it creates a defense to the case, and it can create real problems for you. Now, there are things we can do to extend those sorts of deadlines and stuff like that. It's, a little complicated, or it can be a little complicated. But the bottom line is better to comply with the 45-day rule and not have a problem in your workers' comp case. Because if you blow the 45-day rule deadline, your case could be over. But, like I said, if you're in a jam over it, you should talk to a lawyer because a lawyer can maybe fix it for you or at least give you some advice. So anyway, what is the 45-day rule? You may have heard of it before if you've watched some of my other videos, but the 45-day rule in Illinois, your mileage may vary if you're in another state, but if you have an Illinois workers' comp work injury case, the 45-day rule says that you have to notify your employer of the work-related injury within 45 days of the date of the injury. And, I got a call from a guy who was vague with me when I was talking to him. He called me about 6 months after the injury. And that's the other category of people who call me like a long time after the injury, just because they don't want to make waves. They think they're going to get into trouble or cause a problem if they file a workers' comp, which, it's against federal law for them to fire you, and they're not supposed to retaliate against you. And especially if you're in a union, you got a built-in system, a grievance system, where if they're hassling you, you can get it addressed through the union. And most employers do not really mess with you or fire you for reasons like that, because they know it's against the law, and they know that if they do it, it can cause them real problems. So anyway, so this guy called me about 6 months after, and he was vague. He's like, well, I think I told him right away. I called off right away. And of course, I'm like, well, when you called off, did you tell him I hurt my back at work yesterday? He's like, yeah, I think so. He didn't remember who he talked to. So he was, I told him, like, look, here, this is very simple, buddy. If they have no record of you ever reporting it, and we're going to report your injury 6 months after, and they have no knowledge of it being a workers' comp case, we're going to have a real problem because you're in violation. What happened in his case happens in a lot of cases. It turns out that when he called in, the employer understood that it was a work-related injury. They contacted their comp carrier. There was an open workers' comp insurance claim, but no workers' comp claim filed at the workers' comp commission. So when I signed him up, I got his case going, and I got the insurance company for the employer to commit that there was no, what an attorney says is a notice issue. When a lawyer says there's a notice issue in the case, it's, did you notify the employer within 45 days of the work-related injury? So it initially looked like this guy might have had a problem, but we were able to get it fixed for him. So my point is, if you got hurt at work, I know you probably don't want to get in trouble, you don't want to make waves, you like your job, all that. You may have many jobs in your life. Two things to remember: You may have many jobs in your life, you only get one body, and health is the most important thing. But people almost never get fired or seriously hassled for filing a workers' comp claim when it's a legit claim, right? That's the first thing to remember. The second is, let's assume they do fire you and you took the high ground and you didn't file the claim and you didn't protect your rights, and now we can't get you any benefits. That means we can't get you paid while you're off work due to the injury. It means we can't get your medical bills paid. It means you can't go see a doctor of your choice to cure you of it so you can then return to work healthy. All of these things are factors. It also means that if, God forbid, you can't return to work or your problem develops into a very serious matter, you're out of luck. You're not going to get benefits, or the case is going to get settled on an extremely compromised basis, which they only do if they think your lawyer might be able to prove something. So that's why it's so important to notify your employer of a work-related injury immediately. My preference is you report it the day it happens, right when it happens. And then my second preference is you call a good workers' comp lawyer to get help right away. And obviously I do that, so you can always call me night or day, 24 hours a day, 312-500-4500. Hope that information helps you. Hope you and your family are well. Please stay tuned till the end of the video. I have killer information that people are really sending me tons of positive feedback on. They really appreciate the case cash calculator, which tells you the settlement value of the case. The good case calculator tells you whether you have a good case or maybe you have a case with some problems. And then, videos, cheat sheet, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of things that you can get. So, and they're free and no obligation. So stay tuned till the end of the video and check it out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be worth. The other is called the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call my injury guy.
Call my injury